Hello, hello. Hi, happy Saturday. We're here. Make sure things are working. Okay, mic is working. Now make sure. Yep, YouTube is working. And we gotta get the chat working. Huzzah! Huzzah! I don't know where that came from, but everything's working. Hope everyone is good. Oh, man, it's been like a crazy, not crazy day. I don't know if you've ever had one of those where it's like a pretty chill day, but at the same time, it's like very high energy, which can make it feel a little bit crazy, but still good. I'm going to start our list while people get notifications, but I haven't been getting my notifications. So hopefully you all are getting notifications because I have not been getting my notifications. Um, oh, so we need to do first, we need to, I think I put it here. Yeah, I did. 375 was our vibration for this week. So, first thing we'll do, first things first, I'm the realist. We'll do 375, our reminder of the vibration from this week. And then I think we'll take a little peek at I was listening listening to what we should talk about. Take a little peek at the divine triangle. I went back and forth about doing this, but I think we will. So we'll look at the divine triangle. We're going to look at the divine triangle to just see where, of course, where hip hop is. Get a recap of where hip hop is in its vibrational evolution. Ooh, that's a fun term. And we'll also include um we'll just put black community, and I'll talk about what that means when we get there. And we'll look at the US of A. So we'll look at these three layers on the divine triangle. And then um I do have, oh man, I didn't know I had so many things to talk about today. Then I do want to look at the vibrations of T.I.'s Kill the King album. So just look at those vibrations generally. So look at his vibrations, look at the vibrations of the album based on the name and the track names. And then the last thing, and may not be last, I want to look at, I got so curious. I got so curious because it's been several times now that KoalaTea Reacts has spoken about, I'm trying to put it in the nicest way possible, has spoken about Lupe Fiasco. And it's so interesting seeing the vibrational shifts and the vibrational interactions. And some of us know, some of us do not know, but there is more interaction happening between the two of them. And so I was so curious, I started looking at um, their numerical vibrations, but also their astrological charts. So, what are the vibrational core? And I was going to share some of that with you. So, we're going to look at KoalaTea's vibrations versus Lupe Fiasco's vibrations. But shh, keep it quiet because I don't want my chat to look like what's going on in the comments. Oh, hi, Tim Tim. It's so good to see you. I hope you are getting better. Hope you're starting to feel better. I know it hasn't been long since I talked to you last, but want to put it out there. Okay, I think this is our list. I think this is the list for today. So we need to do our starting statement to open up the space. And so what I'm going to do is I'll do a starting statement, and then before we get started, Tiff Tiff, I'll send you some extra energy, extra healing, good positive energy. Hopefully helps you in feeling better. And then we'll get started on our list. But anybody wants to add anything, just let me know. Okay, so here we go. We're opening up our vibrational space. So we have a comfortable space for us to discuss. So, opening statement. Welcome to Vibrant Numerals. Welcome to my sacred temple opportunity space. Welcome to healing with laughter, joy, peace, contemplation, and discomfort. Welcome to Vibrant Numerals. Welcome to Vibrant Numerals. Okay, so while this is still up, I will be focusing on Tiff Tiff to get some of this healing energy. But anybody out there, anybody watching the recording, you can certainly partake in this as well if you need some. I'll leave some extra leftovers for you so that you can get some of this energy also. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to do a few seconds of just sending positive healing energy. Want it to be able to calm your mind and your worries so that your body can focus on healing. Calm the muscles, in particular the heart muscle and the chest muscles that are tightened. Good, good, good. We're going to add some extra energy into the immune system so it can better do its job. Ooh, good. All right. Good deal. That felt good. So hopefully that is helpful. All right. So here's the list for today. Let me get some water. And we don't have to go in this order, and we can also add anything. So if anybody would like to add anything on here, please just let me know. All right. So I know this is like early for me, but I did want to make sure that I was available for other lives later today. Because, yeah, I don't really like going live when everybody else goes live. Oh, I need to go this way. So what we're going to start with is we're going to look at the vibration from last week. So I always like to explain that every single week we spin our random number wheel to be able to get a vibration that will kind of pay attention to and try and intentionally look for throughout the week so that we can build up our awareness. We could start being more aware of the vibrations that are around us, how we're interacting with those vibrations, and how those vibrations are impacting us and how we're impacting them. And so we get this random one every single week to be able to practice that. Oh, good. Good, 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 Tiff Tiff. I'm glad that it is getting better. Hopefully, you can be able to rest in your own bed. I know that sounded weird, but it makes sense. All right, so our vibration from last week is 375. I think the most interesting part of this is that we actually saw a lot of these themes come out in our messages and discussions from live last night. So Friday night. The biggest one was this vibration of 15 because we had a very large, important message from the vibration 555 that spoke about making this choice between the bondage of defeat and the freedom of science. So having to choose between, if you have these two extremes, are you going to choose to continue to be in bondage where you are arguing your point because you don't want to be defeated? You want to be right. And that's fine because that's your choice. But it puts you in this bondage where then it gets you into this cycle of not just in that one scenario, but in many scenarios in your life where you're constantly having to try to not be defeated. And when you're just constantly not trying to be defeated, it puts you in a kind of survival mode that doesn't allow you to move forward. The other option is the freedom of science. And we spoke of science in a way of science is opening up your curiosity to be able to learn. When you are willing to learn and be curious, now it's breaking that cycle that's keeping you in that survival mode. Oh, Sure Wellness, thank you for being here. It's good to see you. Happy Saturday to you. We just are getting started talking about last week's vibration. So this 555 message was actually very interesting, but also I think very practical and important for all of us. So if you didn't see it, you might want to check that out. That was on last night's live. So last night's live probably started like half an hour, 45 minutes in. So we've seen this vibration of 15. We just saw it last night. But these vibrations here we have been seeing a lot also. So we've been seeing a lot of this vibration of change, not just with this 555 message, but there's been a need to keep explaining and understanding the difference between change and transformation. Where change is you're making a change that could or could not lead to transformation, but that change you can always double back on. You don't have to stick with it. It can lead to a transformation, but it doesn't necessarily have to. But in this case, the change that's happening is leading into an action and flow. We have seen a lot of sevens because we are currently at the end. So from April 25th to next week, June 30th. is when Jupiter is actually, the better way of putting it is that this is the time frame for this 777 energy has been extremely strong. And so when Jupiter moves out of Cancer into Leo, that's when it starts to dissipate. It doesn't go away instantly. It just starts to dissipate. It's not as strong. But this 7 is action and flow. It's the perfect combination of the masculine and feminine energy. It's being able to take action, but in a intentional, I will say intuitively intentional way, where you know it's the right time and you know it's in the right way. So you're in vibrational flow. Only then, so if you have the change and you have taking this action in vibrational flow, do you get to the 3 of the growth. So this was our vibration for this past week. You we'll get another one at the end to be able to look for this week. And really it's just starting to help us to be aware of the vibrations that are around us and that we're interacting with. People are pretty good at recognizing when they are seeing these repeating patterns of these angel numbers that people call, like 555 and 777. But we actually are getting a lot of vibrational messages and pieces to vibrational stories from all of these numbers. And so that's why we get these random ones to be able to practice with. Okay. Moving on. So we did 375. Let me grab the divine triangle and let's talk about that real quick. For anybody that just came in and is looking at this list, these are the topics that I came in with, but we can certainly add to this list or change things up. Just let me know. Okay, here it is. All right. So, ooh, that's a new one. All right, here we go. So, in numerology, we have this divine triangle. I have adapted it to include more of the vibrations that we actually need to be paying attention to. Get it up here. All right, so you can see it. Make sure you can see it. I think you can. Move it up just a little bit. There we go. And so what this divine triangle is showing us is it's showing the core vibrations that we have and how we move through life with those core vibrations, collecting additional vibrations. So I'm going to try and quickly explain. I like to explain every time I put this up because there's always somebody that hasn't seen this yet. So this triangle in the middle, these are your core vibrations. So these are things like your name is a core vibration. Like your name is a vibration that's representative of you. You use that vibration in interaction with others. You also have your life path number based off of your birth date is in here in this core. Also in this core would be all of your like birth chart astrology. So all of these together are making you who you are. And there's a lot more in here. Oh, like another one that is in here is like, we'll say like this top little tip up here. This is like your DNA. It's like what you carry in like through your generations. It's what you've received from your ancestors and those vibrations that have been passed on. And so this is your core vibrations. And so these core vibrations are what you carry with you all throughout your life. It's what you are carrying with you all throughout your life. You're using these vibrations to collect other vibrations through your experiences to build you up, to actually go through the ascension process. So, whenever you are adding vibrations to your core vibration, you are ascending. You are adding those up to be able to ascend in some way. But remembering that all vibrations are neutral. So it doesn't mean that like ascension is always seen as positive. Ascension really is the use of vibration, it's the use of energy to shift and change who you are. But that could be, in the perspective is being a good thing or a bad thing. And it depends on your perspective, but also the perspective of those around you. Okay. Oh, I can't. Let me see. All right. I want to make sure. Oh, wait. What's happening here? my, my chat was crooked, so I wasn't reading it whole thing. Okay. So, whenever you are in here, if you ever need extra energy, certainly let me know. But also, what you could do is part of having those statements at the beginning and at the end, it opens up a safe space for the exchange of energy. And when I do that, I'm also opening myself up for you to be able to receive that energy. So, even just in your mind, you can ask for energy to be received. And I my energy still has boundaries on it. So it's not going to allow you to like take too much, and it's not going to allow anybody that has like harmful intentions to take any of that energy. But you can get some energy that way too. Usually what you want to do is you want to focus in on a person's heart space to receive pure energy, because it's your in your heart space you are not creating bonds of trauma. Trauma sits in different places of the body. So you don't want any of my trauma energy. But if you focus on the heart space, you can get some good energy. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Somebody listening. All right, so back over here. So this is our core set of vibrations. It's the vibrations that we come into the world with and that we are using throughout our life. It's almost like this is the like our toolkit that we're being given at the time of our birth. Um, and we can use all these different tools throughout our life. So then we start going around these squares. So the first one here starts at birth. So right here is 0. And it goes all the way to here, which is age 27. Around 27 to 30 is when you have your Saturn return. So that's when you have your first big, huge vibrational shakeup of your world. So up until that point, you are moving around this youth square, collecting vibrations, and you are collecting these vibrations to build your identity. So you're building your identity. So this divine triangle goes to age 81. So when we're talking about something like a culture or a group of people or a nation or a country, we can continue to go around here. There are some more complex dynamics when you get into the cycles, but for now, we'll just think of it as each time you go around, you are so each time you get into this youth, you are having a rebirth in your identity space. So you are going around and rebuilding or adding to your new identity whenever you're in youth. Then after 27, we move into this power square. And if you look at the ages of this power square, this power square really is where a lot of our vibrational fortitude. That's a good phrase. That's where a lot of our vibrational fortitude comes from. And because this, as we are moving through this space, so this goes from 27 over here to 54. Oh, let me use a different color. We already used this blue. Let's use here. I don't know what this color is, but I like it. So it goes over to 54. But if you could see from 27 to 54, this is a time of life where we have like our midlife crisis. This is our midlife crisis time. So as you are moving around, collecting experiences and learning lessons in this space, this is where you are strengthening your identity. This is when these are the points in life where you are getting all of your tests and tribulations, like we like to say, because it's testing that identity. So in youth, you're building your identity. You're discovering who you are through navigating through these vibrations that you're encountering. You're learning about your own individual vibrational core and how it moves through the world. Then you get to this power, and now it's being tested. It's saying, are you really who you say you are? Oh my gosh. I can't believe I said that, but all right. Because universe got jokes. I'll tell you about that later. But it's asking you to be your most authentic self when you are strengthening your identity. You are going through these tests, you're going through these trials and tribulations to really make sure that when you are coming out of the other side, you are your most authentic self. Now, in both this youth and this power square, and even in wisdom, you can choose not to. You can choose not to learn the lessons that you're meant to learn. You can choose not to fully interact with the vibrations that you are encountering and learning about yourself. And all it really does is it just makes this journey harder. This journey is going to happen whether you like it or not. You are moving around this divine triangle, whether you like it or not. It's how our energetic spiritual bodies, our vibrational bodies move. and grow. It's like you can't stop yourself from physically aging. You can't also not stop yourself from vibrationally aging. But you can definitely choose, because we have free will, to not accept these lessons as you're going through. So that would mean that really this power can then become, because it's one of the hardest times in life, period, even if you are taking all of your lessons and learning everything. But if you're not doing that, or you did not do that in your time of your youth, it's just going to be a lot harder. One of the major things that happens at this time period is right in here, is where, so between the ages of 50 and 53 is where you have your Chiron return. It's facing your wounds, your greatest wounds. And we'll come back and talk a little bit more about that. So you're going through and you're having your identity tested, and by the time you get to this point where you're hitting 50, and it's around 50. Sometimes people hit this early, because Chiron is in any one sign for about 7, almost 8 years. And so if your Chiron is at the early part of that sign, like really small degrees, then you may experience your Chiron return earlier than somebody that has Chiron in the same sign, but it's later degrees. So each sign has 0 to 30 degrees. So this Chiron is where you're facing the wounds. All right, almost done, almost done. And then for wisdom, starts at 54, goes all the way to 81, where now you are encountering this time of rebirth. So many people are living past this 81, which is wonderful, but it is a time of rebirth. So you know how at some point it's almost like the older folks all of a sudden get like a burst of youthhood and they start acting way young. It could be this rebirth, and this new identity emerging, or these new parts of their identity emerging. For wisdom, as you are moving around this square, collecting vibrations, it's all about sharing your identity, and sharing identity is building legacy. So this is where you are building your legacy. Legacy. So it's building the identity that you're going to leave to generations behind you. And every single birth and rebirth has this point where it is building and adding to legacy. So even when we're thinking about like a culture or a group of people or a country where it goes way past, it's going around and around this, every time it gets to this wisdom square, this is where you are going to be building legacy. What are you leaving behind for the next generation? Okay, so I had explained all of that, so then we could actually see where these different groups are in relation to each other. And now that I've used like all the colors, what colors am I going to use? All right, we are going to we'll use black for hip hop. We'll use a yellow for I never know what to call this nation of people, this group of people. Couple weeks ago when we had Juneteenth, I was calling it the Juneteenth Nation because this group of people, some people call them African Americans, some Black Americans, but this nation of people are those, because it's not just those that are in the United States of America, it's any of these people that are originally from Africa or indigenous that were enslaved and were freed in this time period around Juneteenth. And we already know that there's still modern day forms of slavery, but those are the trials and tribulations of the life of this nation. At this moment is when this nation was born, when there was a common thread between this group of people. And then I think I'm gonna use pink just because it's funny. For the United States. All right, so since we have pink here, so United States currently, so in a couple of weeks, actually like a week, we'll have July 4th, and the United States will be turning 250 years old. I think it's here. Let me see. And it's about, oh, no, it might actually, yeah, no, this is right. So the United States on this divine triangle is right about here as it's preparing to turn 250 years old. It has gone around this divine triangle 5 times. This is its 5th go around. So 5 cycles of rebirth. I don't know if you could see any of this. Let me see. Okay. So, one of the things that's extra interesting about this particular cycle of the United States' rebirth. So, the United States has essentially had 5 different identities. Oh, hi, Cousin B. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. So, the United States has had like 5 different identities. This is its 5th one, its 5th identity. And it's still very young in this identity, where it's just starting to build this identity space. But what's also interesting is because it's at this 250 mark, it is having its 5th Chiron return. So it is having to face the wounds of its past and of its birth. So that's interesting. So that's where the United States is. And then I think we can move this down even more. This Juneteenth nation, I don't know what to call us. But you know who you are. This nation of people it just this last Juneteenth, so a couple weeks earlier than this, so June 19th, this nation of people is right here, where it just turned 161 years old. And so you can see now the contrast here of what's happening. Of this country of the United States is in its place of rebirth. And so this identity that it is building right now is very, very young and immature. But within that country, there's this nation of people, black folks, that this past Juneteenth just turned 161. And so they're right at the end of this wisdom phase. So they're right at this place where they're finishing up, adding to their legacy, building their legacy, and preparing to move into a whole new rebirth and assume another part of their identity. They're getting a new identity. What will it be? So interesting. And this nation of people have only been around, I think it's 4 times. So I think it's a cycle and a half. I have to look. But I think it's 3 or 4 cycles that it's been around. Oh, this is going to be its third, I think. Third or fourth? No, third. So it's only had 2 cycles of this rebirth, and it's about to go into its third cycle of rebirth. So you can see this contrast that's happening here. So let me just draw this circle real quick, because this is starting to look crazy. So what we have happening is we have this vibrational nesting effect happening, where we have hip hop here and its vibrations and its vibrational core sitting primarily inside. Now we know hip hop is not just all of the people that we would consider in this nation of people. We're just gonna for here. We just gonna use a different name. I'm just gonna keep using different names so that we could decide what name we would have used. Oh my gosh, why are you doing that? I want to get rid of this tail too, because that looks like a weird little sperm thing. I didn't like that. But then both of these sit inside of this vibrational space of the United States. So this vibrational space of the United States is impacting both this Black nation and hip hop. So when we look at this divine triangle and look at where each of them are, we have to be aware that they are impacting each other. So the United States coming into its new identity here, its 5th identity, it's just starting to build, is very young in this identity. Whereas this Black nation, Juneteenth nation, just turned 161 and is at the end of this wisdom cycle. It's sitting in a very mature, wise state of being, because it is building its legacy in preparation for its rebirth. So you can already just see the contrast here of what's happening vibrationally. And then we have hip hop, who in August this year will turn 53. So hip hop is right here. And this is its first time around. So it's only had, this is its first cycle around this divine triangle. But hip hop is in its Chiron return space, where it is having to face the wounds of its past. And hip hop does have almost the exact Chiron placement as the United States. So the United States Chiron is at 20 degrees Aries, and hip hop's at 22 degrees Aries. It's very, very close to each other, which means that part of hip hop's core vibrations are the wounds that it inherited from the United States. that's why we get a lot of those lyrics. We get a lot of the advocacy and the protest music um, coming out of the hip hop space because it's giving voice to the wounds that the United States has inflicted on this black nation primarily, but really its own people. So, mm, so you have your Chiron return in Aries as well, or is it in Taurus? Because I know mine is in Taurus and it'll start pretty soon. Um, so if you have Chiron in Aries, I think I'm done. Yeah, I think I'm done with that. So I can talk about this. So if you have Chiron in Aries, so Chiron's that wounded healer. It's your greatest wounds, the wounds that you're meant to heal to not for not only yourself but for generations to come. So Chiron in Aries is a wound of identity. So it's an identity wound. It's having to face the wounds that have told you that you're not who you are, that have tried to bring down your confidence, or that has tried to steer you to be somebody that you know you're not, that's not authentically you. So that's those are the identity wounds that are coming up currently with Chiron and Aries. Actually, I think it's coming up in July is when Chiron will move into Taurus. It will see it again in Aries when it retrogrades, but the next one is going to be, so the next set of Chiron return is going to be Chiron in Taurus. And if you have Chiron in Taurus, this is a wound of value. So it's, if you think about it as yourself, it's feeling worthy, having what would be seen as successful. That's Taurus, because Taurus is all about beauty, what we value, and the resources that we're given to value. So money actually sits in this space. So a lot of times Chiron in Taurus also is dealing with financial wounds. So yippee for me, that's what I got to deal with. But what we are supposed to learn from this wounding is, as we learn how to heal it and we heal ourselves, it helps us to heal others and to be have a ripple effect of healing outward. So when we think about how hip hop has, because hip hop has this Chiron wound in Aries where it is an identity wound. But as hip hop is figuring out who it is, how it's represented, how it wants to be seen, then it can begin to build that legacy. But also, that means that it's able to heal those identity wounds, those similar wounds, in the people that interact with it. So, literally, hip hop could heal the wounds of the United States of America if it was allowed to. I think that's so interesting. And you said embrace your wisdom. Oh, embrace your wellness. It's in the first house. Okay, and so your first house is your house of identity. So if it is Chiron and Aries, now you're getting a double dose. So it means that your identity wounds would be even deeper around who you are and really stepping into your most authentic self. That there's lots of things that would have to be healed for you to be able to do that. And then by being able to heal those wounds to step into your most authentic self, you can heal all of those around you. If it's in Taurus in your first house, then it's valuing yourself. Um, so, because the first house is the house of the self, of you as an individual. So, if it's Chiron and Taurus first house, then it's what do you value of yourself? So, it would be a lot more around healing the wounds around self worth, feeling worthy, feeling valued, valuing yourself, and the things that you do for yourself and others. And Chiron usually stays in a sign for about 7 years. 7 to 9 years. It varies just a little bit. So it's not like you have this split second moment where you are working on these wounds. You usually get a really solid, strong 3-4 year period of time to really work through these. But also, if you know this is coming, work on it ahead of time. Work on it ahead of time. Work on some of those wounds. Get rid of them. So then when they come around during your Chiron return, you can just like, oh, that was easy. Hey, whatever happened to those easy buttons? Who had those easy buttons? Wasn't it a company that had an easy button? Who had those? Because I see them all the time when I'm like doom scrolling, and I see all the people using those buttons to teach their animals to talk, to communicate with their animals. Man, some of those animals are so smart, it's kind of scary. But where did that come from originally? Didn't somebody have an easy button? That's gonna trip me out until I remember. Hopefully one of you will remember. Remind me so I'm not losing my mind. Oh, I don't like using black to cross out. All right, so I wanted to recap that divine triangle, which we did. So that's great. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to look it up. I have to look it up. It's gonna drive me nuts. I need to know who had the easy button. I have to know. I have to know. I'm not gonna be able to think of anything else. So let me look it up. Let me look it up. Easy button. Who had it originally? All right, let me get some water too while I'm sitting here. Whoa. Mmm. It was Staples. It was Staples. I don't even remember Staples. Does Staples still exist? That's who had the easy buttons. That's where I got my easy button for free as merch. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I think that was probably the last time I was in Staples. I don't even know if they exist anymore. Too funny. All right, so let's. Let's actually skip T.I real quick. We're definitely going to come back because I want to look at those vibrations. But let's look at this KoalaTea versus Lupe Fiasco. Let's look at their vibrations. Because so curious. I started looking at these, but then I said, oh, let me bring them to live so we can look at them together. So I got some of it together for us. All right. Well, and yesterday we talked about how relationships are any human to human interaction. So it's the 2-second interaction you had with a stranger on the street that you never see again, all the way to like your lifelong partner. All of those are considered some type of relationship, some type of energetic exchange, whether they're positive or negative. So that's the other thing. Um, and within each of those energetic exchanges, they are meant to teach you some kind of lesson. And you can also see how the vibrations are interacting. So this will be a fun way of looking at how you vibrationally connect or don't connect or interact with another person. So let me see. Let's look at because we a couple weeks ago we looked at Koala's life path number, so we can add that at the end. Let's look and see what's going on with Lupe Fiasco's vibrations. Trying to think, where do I want to start? Let's get a visual. Feeling like we need visuals today, so let me go grab a visual here for us to look at. Let's use this one, I think. Well, we could use both. Let's use both of these. Let me get these on a screen together. All right, that works. Okay. So let's look and see what are some of Lupe Fiasco's core vibrations. Oh, I didn't know this had a border on it. Look at it. Look at all fancy. um So just like when we were talking about the divine triangle, the core vibrations are those that you bring into the world and that you use for all of these energetic interactions that you have through your life. So we are going to look at what some of these vibrations are. So first of all, one of the first vibrations is your name. So we are going to look at Lupe Fiasco. And so if you want to know where these numbers, these vibrations are coming from, we now have, I don't know what site it's on, but we have our lovely code book somewhere. Let's go like this. Where what we're doing is we're assigning a number or vibration to each letter in a word or a name. And then that's giving us the overall vibration for that word or name. So for Lupe Fiasco, first name is 12 plus 21 plus 16 plus 5 gives us 54. 54 is the vibration of the word love. So that's interesting. And then Fiasco is 6 plus 9 plus 1 plus 19 plus 3 plus 15. Actually gives us 53. And so Lupe Fiasco's name resonates at a 107. which then adds up to an 8. And so, with this name vibration, you can tell that he will be very quick to trying to take action, because this 7 is action, but it's supposed to be action in vibrational flow. So making sure it's at the right time and in the right way. But with this 0 here in the middle, so the 0 is the vibration of God, universe, higher power. But when it's in the middle here, it's telling you what's important, what's more important than the other. So this 1 is new energy. So what this vibration is saying, it's saying God, universe, higher power is saying the actions are not as important as bringing in new energy, doing things in a new way. Interesting. And whether he is choosing to take action in or out of vibrational flow and bring in new energy, he's creating brand new cycles. So these are like repeated behaviors, repeated patterns of behaviors and thinking, ways of doing things. These are cycles, these are patterns of behavior that are really hard to break. So, better to recognize that sometimes not taking action and allowing new energy to come in is more important for this new cycle. Okay. Then, if we look at his birthday, which is February 16th, 1982, to get your life path number, you add up the digits of your year, you add the month, and then you add the day. And so his life path number is 38. 38 goes to an 11 and then to a 2. So here we have another 8. So these cycles of thinking and patterns of behavior are very big in his world. And I think we're kind of seeing that is like these cycles of behavior and the way of thinking is very repetitive. And there, that means that these 8 vibrations can either get if they're worked through, then it could get to a point where you are ending division. But you could also get stuck where you're creating division. Because this 11 is the creation of division. And if he understands how divisions are created and chooses to end them by changing those patterns, those cycles of behavior, great. But I can already tell you that that's not not what he's likely to do, and you can tell by his chart. So this other part of who we are and our core vibrations are in our chart. So the big vibrations that we'll look at are the sun. So the sun equals the mind. It equals how you think, how your mind works. And the sun is right here in Aquarius. Then let's look also at the moon, where the moon are how your emotions work or how you work with your emotions. And the moon is in Sagittarius. I'm going to tell you what this means here in a minute. Sagittarius, yep, right here. Hey, on deck. Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. So this is in Sagittarius. We're looking at Lupe Fiasco's chart. I was too curious. I had to look. And what I already see that's super interesting and would be very impactful is that right next to the moon, so in a conjunction here in Sagittarius, we have the planet of Uranus. And I'm going to tell you why this is important. So, with the mind and the emotion, yeah. So, his mind works as an Aquarius. The Aquarius mind, the Aquarius is all about being innovative, being outside of the norm. They're considered the rebels of the vibrational chart. So his mind works in a way where he's always trying to be the rebel, always trying to be different, look different, say things in a different way. Yeah. And so that's why, the biggest reason why I say, oh, it'll be very hard for him to get to a place where he's ending division, because ending division, like coming to a place where you are compromising and finding neutral ground with people, is not what Aquarians really like to do. The other reason is because of this yeah. Yeah. I don't like to say it, but like words like unique and weird are used for Aquarians a lot of times. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. But the other thing that's really crazy is this Uranus here. Yes, you could say Uranus. Oh my gosh, I think T.I said it way too many times. And we'll get to that later. But this Uranus rules Aquarius, which means its energy is dominant in Aquarius energy. So even though he doesn't have his moon, his heart, his emotions in Aquarius, Uranus sitting right here next to it, adding all of those same vibrations. And it's in next to Sagittarius, or in Sagittarius, where Sagittarius is the philosopher. So his heart and his emotions are in this place of philosophy. That that right there is pretty crazy. And then on a top of that, having this vibration of where you could be in balance, because this 38 is the vibration of the word balance. You could create a balance that could end division, or you're creating a balance that's creating the division. And with all of this Aquarius energy, seems like most likely to create the divisions. Oh boy. Oh boy. What are we in for? The other thing that we want to look at is Mercury. So, especially with like our hip hop artists, we want to look at where their Mercury sits, because Mercury is how you communicate. How do you communicate out to the world? And that, oh gosh. So Mercury, how he communicates is right here in Aquarius. in Aquarius. Oh my gosh. So his mind is thinking in these rebellious, unique, and innovative, but also very what would be seen as outside of the norm kind of ways. But then that's also how he's communicating to the world. So he's got a triple whammy here of Aquarius Uranus energy. So he's got Aquarius energy in the mind. He's got Aquarius energy in the mouth and how you are communicating. And he's got this Uranus Aquarius energy here sitting right next to his heart. That's actually insane. That's actually really kind of crazy. Like that looks really nuts. So then I'm curious to see because we did Koala's life path number a couple weeks ago because he has a birthday coming up July 1st. But let's look at this like back and forth. So if we have let's do this. We'll put I'm trying to make a little chart here. We'll have koala on one side, KoalaTea, because we got to have the tea part. And then we'll have Lupe, Fiasco. And let's look at these vibrations. So you can look at these vibrations between you and other people or between two people to be able to really see how they're interacting. How are their vibrations really interacting with each other? And you can do that with just the names. You can do that with the life path number. And you can do that with the astrological chart. So the more of that core vibration that you have, the more information you're going to have. So KoalaTea, we know, and if you use our chart, which I don't know what side it's on, is 66, which is the vibration of the word freedom, the vibration of the word happy, and the vibration of the word family. And 66 adds up to a 12, so it's bringing a change in perspective. KoalaTea is meant vibrationally to bring this change in perspective through being happy and focusing on family and freedom, and eventually brings growth. Then compared to Lupe Fiasco over here, where we have the 107 that goes to 8. 107 is the numerical vibration of the word mountain. Also, the vibration of the word movement. So, like, this movement makes a lot of sense now that we've looked at his chart, because that all that Aquarius energy is very much focused on revolution, being innovative, and being the rebel. So when you think about starting and having a movement, like doing everything with a cause, that would make sense. So then what we could do is we can add these together to see how they interact. So we do 66 plus 107, and we get 173, which adds up to an 11, 2. Well, so basically what this is saying is that when they are interacting with each other, where their vibrations are interacting with each other. It's this same thing that we saw for Lupe Fiasco's life path number, where we have this 11 to 2 story, where there's a division that's being caused. And through their interaction, they either are making this division greater or they're bringing an end to the division. Because all of these vibrations are neutral, it could be either way. One thing that I am noticing is that because on this KoalaTea side, he has this 66. This 66 means that the vibration of 6 is amplified. It's extra loud, very loud. And a 6 is all about comfort and discomfort. So this means that this 66 energy can either make you feel really comfortable, you know, like if you're really comfortable because you are being considered family, you're in the space that's very happy. But also, this is a double dose of discomfort, of making people feel very uncomfortable when the petty comes out. Which I'm not mad at. It's quite entertaining, actually, because I get to be on that family side. So that'll be interesting as well, that this space, yeah, wow, is very so family focused, that it can become extremely protective, which can make outsiders, which all of that Aquarius energy likes to be on the outside, but may not want to be in this case. So that makes me want to look at their sun signs. So remembering that the sun, oops, let me get a different color. Here, we'll use yellow. So your sun sign is how your mind works, the way that you think, what is your focus. And so KoalaTea's sun sign is in the sign of Cancer, which means that everything that he thinks about, he's always thinking about like the being very family focused, which aligns with the name, but then very protective of that family. Like extremely protective of the family. The Cancer sign is like the mother bear. Like if you mess with the mother bear's family, you in trouble. You in trouble. Trouble, trouble. So we have that up against Lupe's Aquarius, where Aquarius is very much wanting to be the rebel, which means that it rejects it rejects what people say. It's always ready for an argument. It's the mind is always going through a logic space. So running mind, but always looking for the counter argument. Always looking for what is the opposite. Don't want to be ever on the same side, which then is probably amplifying this 11 of like, oh, you're making this division greater, especially if this rebellious, against the norm, wanting to debate energy is going against anybody that this Cancer energy feels like is family. Yeah, that's trouble. Yeah, that's trouble. You do not go after a, a Cancer Sun's family. Oh man. Okay. So let's look at one more thing. Let's look at their life path numbers. So, life path number is just one of your vibrations. It's showing you what your path is in life, your vibrational path. What vibrational steps do you take to be able to contribute vibrationally to the world? And so we know that Lupe Fiasco's life path number is 38, where again, bringing in that energy of division, but every 11 could get to a 2. You just have to choose for it to get to a 2. You just have to choose for it, that division, to end. Ooh, but that means that again, this 11 energy, this division, this creating of these two extremes that just keep getting farther and farther apart, less and less and less in agreement. It's just adding to that, which means it's harder and harder to get to a place of agreement. Then on KoalaTea's side, his life path number is 27, which goes to a 9. Oh, so we talked about. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be actually really crazy. Yeah, this is gonna be nuts because so where Lupe Fiasco has these 8s of creating cycles, of all of these cycles, these infinite cycles, these cycles of how thinking and behaving and just moving through life in the same way over and over again. KoalaTea has the 9 of ending cycles. So it's the 9 that actually shuts down the 8. It's the 9 that comes in and is like, this cycle either is good and needs to continue on, but in a new way or in a new space, or it ends the cycle completely. Oh man, what's about to happen? All right, let's add these together. Let's see what we have going on. Oh man. All right, so 27 plus 38. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Gives us 65. Which, when we add up the 6 and the 5, we have another 11 to 2. Yeah. 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 I think I'm done exploring this. It's just go. These extremes just keep getting farther and farther apart. So what this looks like is, on initial meeting, it's initial meeting. Oh, oh, I'm glad you're back. Don't hurt yourself. Don't drive. Please don't, like, text and drive. But this is really, look, what it's looking at is like initial meeting just by name alone. We're seeing that there is this potential to see the differences, see where the division is, but you can still get to the end of this division. But as the conversation and the interaction goes on, we see more and more of these 11s coming out, which means that that separation, that division, is getting bigger and bigger. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then on top of that, If this Aquarius energy, yeah, if this Aquarius energy, this rebellious, logical based energy attacks family or tries to break um, the happiness of that family, Cancer goes into attack mode big time. And on top of that, to have the 9 of ending cycles. These 8s also, a lot of the times when you have a lot of this 8 energy, it's like talking in circles as well. And because that Mercury was in Aquarius also, it's talking in these circles that are outside of the norm, that are trying to be innovative, but they can come across weird. But this 9 is what ends those cycles. Man, oh man. This will be interesting indeed. Very interesting. Oh my goodness. All right. I don't even need to say, I don't need to look at anything else or say anything else, because when all of these 11 started coming out, it was like, yeah, no. No, like, no, there's not going to be any kind of resolution. It's just going to be, yeah, yeah, yeah. This division just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But, yeah, yeah. The only ending vibration that we actually have here is on KoalaTea's side with his life path number of 27 that goes to 9. So if that 9 comes in strong enough, then this could end. But there's so much of that 11 energy of division and so much of this 8 energy. Oh, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. This might go on for a while. This might go on for a while, which I'm not mad at. I will choose to be entertained. But wow, that's so interesting to see. So, you could use any of those techniques to look at how you are interacting with somebody else, especially if there's somebody that you have to interact with. Luckily, once we're adults, this is what I told my daughters, is like, once you graduate and you're an adult, you get to choose who you're around a lot more often than not. When you're in school, you're just forced to be with the people. But you get to choose who you're around. So, but this can help you to see how you interact with these different vibrations. And it prepares us for the pettiness. Because I, one, will be very entertained and interested to see how these different vibrations come out. Because also, what happens is these different vibrations will come out in the words that are chosen or the phrases that are chosen. So that'll be interesting also. I'll try and make sure to share what I'm finding as we go and enjoy. I don't know. Probably most of you will probably be in there having all kinds of things to say. I like to just sit back and enjoy. Oh, goodness. All right. So, I think the last thing we have today is let's take a look at T.I.'s Killer King album. Let's just look at the vibrations of that. I have listened to it. I'm at like twice. I've listened to it twice now. And like not I don't know. Like a lot of it was what I expected, but also a lot of it was not what I expected, and that's just me. That's just me. That's like not anything like supernatural. Um, so I am curious to see what's going on with these vibrations. And also how the vibrations change with the features. Because a lot of what I think I didn't expect came from the features. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. So let's first, before we put the tracks up here, let's just look. I keep going to black today. I don't know. Let's just look at the vibration of the name of the album itself. So Kill the King. Oh my gosh. I just noticed something that's so funny. So I don't know where the chart is, but looking at our little code, one of the first things I'm seeing is that we have these two K's in here. And the numerical vibration, oh my gosh, that looks weird, of K is 11. Yeah, yeah. I wasn't gonna say that either, but yeah, I think it is. Let's see what it's vibrating at, because I don't really like it, but whatever. Um, so K is an 11. So here again, we have this crazy 11 energy coming in and creating divisions. So this is where it's like, oh, do we like this? Do we not? So it's creating this duality with these 11s here of like, is this a good thing? Is it not? Is it? And it's like this back and forth. It's not definitive. So we could be feeling some of that with these 11s. This also is then like creating this portal space where this inside part, which is the ill. Oh my gosh, I just noticed that. That's bad too. Because look, so this part in the middle is what is being amplified between these K's. And if we switch it around, it's the ill. What? Those that are sick? That's what's getting amplified? What the hell's going on here? I just noticed that. I didn't notice that before. I didn't notice that before. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh wow. Okay. So then if we do the calculation, so we have 11 plus 9 plus 12 plus 12, so that's kill, plus 33 is the, plus 11 plus 9 plus 14 plus 7. This adds up to, I think I wrote it down. Yeah. Oh, what? This adds up to 118. So, there's two things going on here. That's why I said it that way. It's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. So, this 118, the good thing about it is that it adds up to a 10, and we're in a 10 year. So, it means that it'll be seen a lot. But this 118 also resonates with the phrase the storm. So that's based on your perspective. If the storm is a good thing or a bad thing when you're trying to kill the king, I don't know. I don't know, but this is wow, this is a crazy energy. And to have that 118, now we have another 11 in here. So another yeah, you can say that all day. I'm trying to stay neutral as best I can. We have another 11 in here that's creating a division. But then we also have this 8, where this 8 is that cycling energy. It's that reap what you sow energy. This is karma energy coming back around. So not only is it the storm, but it's this returning energy of division. And we've got all of this division up here. Oh, man. I don't know. Maybe I should just be done. Not talk about it anymore. No, no. Let's see. We'll see. We'll see. Like, what's going on today? So, then what we need to do is no. Yeah. Yeah, no. You don't have to be neutral at all. You don't have to be neutral at all. I'm trying hard to be. It's hard to be neutral sometimes. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's hilarious. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay. All right. So now we can look at his name. So T.I. So T is during with our code book is 20 and 1 is 9. So 29, which oh my gosh, it's another 11. All these 11s today. Just trying to create all kinds of division. What in the world? Oh my gosh. Ruffle, you're hilarious. Pet T, petty, petty. Yeah, 11 has come up so many times. Oh my gosh. No. Well, maybe we could add the P. Maybe the P would be better. So let's add a P, which is not already. The P might not make it better because a P is 16. And 16 is the vibration of the tower. The fall, like the fall of the king. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah, it happens sometimes. You're hilarious. All right, but if we add the P, uh, now, so 29 plus 16 uh, gives us 45. All right, that's a little bit better. So the 45 gives us a 9, where the 9, like we just looked at, can neutralize some of this 8 energy, this returning, reap what you sow karmic energy. But oh man. What? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to be neutral. You all making that very difficult. Oh, but I love you for it. That's so hilarious. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's see. Let's take the 118 of the album title and let's do both of these. Let's see what it is when we do 29 and we'll see what it is when we do 45. And we can see how petty we want to be. Like, which one do we want to choose? Do we want to choose the skeptical one, or do we want to choose the one that may give us better results? Let's see. All right. So, when we do 118 plus 29, we get 147. Okay. And when we do 118 plus 45, we get 163. So, looking at these two, 147, 47 is the numeric vibration of the word time. It also is an 11 to 2. So we may not go with this one, but it does have this one here where it's now making the, instead of it 11, it's making it a 111. Yeah, it does. With all the 11s, right? Oh my gosh, Ruffle, really? You hated how he wore his hat? Gosh. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh, that made me laugh. Oh man, because the visuals. Oh my gosh, the visuals is what gets me. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to unsee it. Can't unsee it now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So this is a 12 or also a 111 that goes to 3. So, okay, not too bad. But this other one would probably be better. Oh my gosh. Oh, you are so funny. Oh my gosh, I love you all so much. You're making me giggle. Because I can't stop seeing the visual. I can't stop thinking about it. Oh my gosh. Okay. 163. We could use 163 because 163 gives us a 10. So then we can amplify this 10 energy, which is like one of the really good energies that's in here because we are in a 10 year. So it can be amplified and feel really good. So first I tried to be neutral, and now you got me trying not to snort. I'm not trying to snort on live. Oh, I've only done that once. I don't want to do it again. Except I do really like to laugh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. I'm getting I'm getting serious. All right. We're being serious and neutral. All right. I'm grabbing the track list. And I did the calculations ahead of time so we do not have to do them together. Oh my gosh, I just realized something. Okay, let's paste this in and then I'll show you. What? Why did you make this so freaking big? There you go. Better. Now, big again. Okay, better. So. Oh my gosh, this keeps getting better and better. So we're going to put the vibrations here. So the vibration of the album name is 118. The Storm, which may have been a better name. And he has 18 tracks on here. So, 18 tracks So here again is that 8 of reap what you sow, or karma energy coming back around. So we would expect that in the album there would probably be a lot of similar vibrations, similar vibe. And I mean, it is. There's a lot, most of it is very classic T.I. Whether you like him or not, it is. But the thing that had me laughing was that the way this is written, these 18 songs, we have 6 in this column, 6 in this column, and 6 in this column. Now 666 is a very powerful vibration that you can use to do a lot of good. But with all those 11s and 8s, I don't know if we really want this also. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. So, with these 18 songs, we also have, let me see, let me circle them and find out how many. Ooh, okay. So we have his daughter Eris as a feature on this track. We have Anderson Paak here. We have The Dream, which I'm not gonna say anything, I'm gonna stay neutral. We have Summer Walker here. We have, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is like his whole name, but we have Young Boy Never Broke Again here as a feature. I'm just marking all of the features here in green. We have Young Dro and Weta. I don't know. I apologize if that's incorrect. Here on this song. Here we have T-Pain, Jeezy, and 2 Chainz all together on this track here. We have Usher here. We have the OMG Girls here. Here we have EJ Jones, Buddy Red, and Billy Lennox. I think that's his oldest son and his band. And then here on Trauma Bond, which you've already heard, we have the Marching Crimson Pipers. I wanted to just put these arrows in here so you could see how many features there are. There's so many features, which drastically changes the vibration of every song where these, like the whole album really. Because even if a feature is only on one song, their vibration is resonating through the whole album. Yeah, you're right, Rumple, it should. But then you see why he needed 18 songs in here. Because if he had less, he wouldn't have any songs just by himself. Oh my gosh. My bad. My bad. uh-uh. Mm. So then I wanted to look at what were the overall vibrations. And I did have to do this on my own because I didn't want to torture you all going through and doing the calculations for all 18 tracks. I think you should say thank you to me. because I did it by myself. But I what I did is I looked at it with and without features. So I know. Well, I mean, when you got an album title of Kill the King, what are the songs really gonna be? Like song tracks really gonna fit in there? Yeah. 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 Thank you, on deck. Thank you. Thank you, Rumple. Thank you. Cuz it was pretty torturous. So, with the features, so we'll keep our green. With the features, our all of these song titles added up to, yeah, you all are gonna owe me some more thank yous after you see these numbers. 3,944. Yes. Which when these are added up, they go to 20. When we just do like 39 plus 44, then we get 83. So 83 again is another one of these 11-2 vibrations. And we have the 44 here, which is the numeric vibration of the word hope and the word faith, but it also is the numeric vibration of the word karma. And it's an 8. And there's 4 11s in it. So, yeah. With the features, that's what it's creating. Oh, I see. I see. KoalaTea is going live. I think he just went live. But without the features, if you take the features out, then all of the tracks actually add up to 2020, where we finally get these twos. We finally get the twos of ending division. But what has happened is because of all the added features, we're adding karma, we're adding more of these 11s for division, and I think this is why it's feeling very split to me. Like with 18 tracks, I usually like more of T.I.'s work than I did on this album. So, yeah, a little bit sad. So, if he had not had all the features, could have gotten to a place where it was really representing the end of division. And with the name of the album, I don't think you want people to be in division, because if they're in a state of division, it's like, do we kill the king or do we not? Does this mean kill him or not? What do we do? And he could have brought it back together where it was not that division, but I think the features kind of, yeah, features kind of brought in more of that energy instead of less. Oh, Rumple, you wanted to see the songs again so you can go listen and pick your favorite? I'm just kidding. I hear you in my head. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is too funny. All right. So we got to get over to Koala's live. So we ready to spin our wheel? I don't think I want to talk about T.I anymore. I don't want to. All right, let's spin that wheel. I gotta find the wheel. Let me find the wheel. First, find the wheel, and then spin this wheel. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, here we go. Woo! Spin that wheel. Yay! Woo! Okay, 926. Interesting. Interesting vibration. All right, let's talk about this so we can be on our way for the rest of the evening's shenanigans. All right, so let me get us back over here. And oh my gosh, you could go away. You could go away. All right, so 926. I don't know. I'm kind of partial to black today for some reason. So we're just gonna keep using it. So you could see this as a time. This is one of our weekly vibrations that you could see as a time. So you want to be looking for it as a time, like a license plate on paperwork, receipts. We're looking for this 926. We also can, and this 926 adds up to 17, which is hurrah, another 8. But you could also look for the themes. So the themes that are kind of popping out to me are one, this 26, because this is the numerical vibration of the word God. So it's people creating gods, putting themselves in a godlike position, um, trying to make other people believe they are God, or toppling these gods, these false gods that have been created. Because these are the gods that you actually have control over. You create them, but that means you could also destroy them. This also, this 28 is another 8 of that reap what you sow energy, that karmic energy coming back around. So we have that 8 there, and we have the 8 here. You mean his name single digit or his birthday? I think I have both. Yep, I have both. You let me know. You might not like it though. The other thing that is popping out is this 92, where 92 is the numeric vibration of the word duality. So we have this duality, this 11 to 2 vibration coming here again. I'm telling you, we're not going to like it. So we can look for where are divisions being created, where is more polarization, where are divisions being ended, where is the duality being ended. The last thing I will point out here is this 17 is the star in tarot. This is what comes after the tower has fallen. So after the tower has fallen, now you get this star. I'm telling you, you're not gonna like it. So I will tell you. Okay, so this is our vibration for the week. I'm gonna have a little side conversation with Rumple real quick, and then we'll do our closing statement. Okay, so his single digit for his name um is an 11 to 2, so it's a 2. But his life path number is a 52-7. So not just a 7, but a 52-7. Sorry to tell you. Please don't freak out. I love you. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being here. Please make sure when you leave out that you hit the like button if you didn't hit it on your way in. I'll be back live definitely on Wednesday next week on Twitch and then Friday on YouTube. I don't know. I might pop out somewhere in between. Kind of feels like that might happen, but we'll see. We will see. So let's get our closing statement so we can all have a wonderful rest of our night and rest of our weekend. So here you go. Please apply the vibrational healing you take with you and come back soon for another healing dose. Always remember, I see you, I hear you, I feel you. You are love, you are healing, you are whole. Thank you, everybody. Bye.